In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to prepare photos for inserting on your web pages. So as a sample here, let's say we've got this page here and you want to insert two photos. So one of them is going to be a tall and narrow photo. So we'll put that like on the right hand side of this text around here. And another one is going to be a wide photo, which will take up the whole width of the page. So we'll put that in here. The photos that I'm going to use are just samples. They're not really relevant to this page. And I'm not going to actually take you through the process of inserting the photo, because that'll be in a separate video. But in this video, I'll show you how to prepare the photos of the right size. So I've got a couple of sample photos here. One of them is going to be the wide photo, so it's going to be something like that. And the other one's going to be one of the narrow photos. So this is going to be a tall and narrow photo. So let's look at this one first. And all you've got to do is resize the photo to be the correct sort of width, to make sure that it'll work on your web page. And it's a pretty easy process to do. And I'm doing this using a Microsoft software called Microsoft Office. It says Microsoft Office 2010. It's actually called Microsoft Photo Editor, and it's part of what comes with Windows. So you've got this photo here, and as you can see, this photo here is the right shape. So it's tall and narrow, but the only problem is it's too big, and I'm currently looking at it 42%. If I actually go to the edit pictures and look at the resize, the size at the moment is about 1,000 pixels wide and 1400 high. So that's way too big. What you actually want for these tall and narrow photos is around about 200 pixels wide. So I'm going to say 200 here, and you can see then it changes to 200 times 271. The height doesn't matter too much. The width you want is around about 200, and then you say OK, and that's it, and then you save the photo. By the way, when you're doing this, always work from a copy of the photos. So keep the originals in a safe place and always work in a copy, because once you make the photo smaller, you can't go back to the original. So make sure you've got a copy that you're working on. But once that's done, you save it. And that's it. So that photo is now ready to insert into the web page. Let's look at the other one. And the process for this one's exactly the same, except it's just a different width that you choose. So this one's 1800 pixels across. And that's too high. What you want for inserting on the web page is round about 450 to 480 pixels. So let's change it to 480. And sometimes the 480 goes in the wrong spot. So that's the height. You want it in the left-hand number, which is the width. So then type it here as well, and that should adjust it. Yep, there you go, 480 across, 320 high. Again, the height doesn't matter so much. The width is the important bit. So we'll say OK. And there you go. So that's the size of photo that is suitable for inserting in the web page. So do that for the photos that you want to insert in the web page. The one last one is if you want to prepare your photos for a photo album to go in the photo gallery, you should do the same thing, except this time go for 600 pixels wide. So let me just undo that last change. So we're back to 1800 again. So if you're preparing it to go in the photo album, then 600 is the number that you want. So again, it has put in correctly, but if you put in here, it should work 600. There you go, 600 across. Don't worry about the height, but that's it, ready to insert in the photo gallery. So numbers again, 200 for the narrow photos like this, 200 pixels across, and for the wider photos, 600 for the gallery, and 450 to 480 for inserting all across a web page.